In Texas, they have a saying, go big or go home. And I like that. I have a saying, go big or go bigger. Welcome to the Spencer Watts-inspired Big Barbecue Feast. I'm making jumbo turkey legs with sticky molasses and sweet brown sugar mop. Then I'm going big on flavor with monster broccoli heads covered in a fresh chimichurri butter. I'm also gonna bring a little char to my version of grilled bruschetta with soft burrata cheese. And Big Barbecue wouldn't be complete without some bone-in steak spice ribeyes with my special Tarragon butter. Oh my goodness. This is the finest cut of meat for me on the face of the planet. This is a rib steak, but it has the bone attached, the long bone. It's so delicious. The marbling in here is incredible. It's one of the nicest pieces of meat. Okay, when you have a nice piece of meat like this, I like to keep things simple. There's so much goodness in there that I'm gonna make my version of a steak spice. This is where things get fun in the kitchen. A steak spice blend, you can put a lot of things in it, and it's got whole spices and a lot of dry spices. So for the whole spices, I start with peppercorns. Peppercorns on the barbecue with a beef fat mixed together, super delicious. Coriander seeds for some brightness, mustard seeds, and a touch of dill. You just wanna grind those whole spices up, open them up, wake them up, and that's how you start a great steak spice. Let it rip! That texture floating around on top of that steak as that fat starts to sizzle is delicious. And you wanna season the meat. Lean into the salt. That's gonna make all that beef taste wonderful. Good couple pinches of salt. All right, now for the fun stuff, the powdered spices. Lots of energy here. Garlic, onion powder. The peppercorns are nice and warm, but for a little kick of spice, put in some chili flakes, and then to mirror all of the smokiness that's gonna happen, because as soon as that beef fat hits the hot grill, it's gonna char up, it's gonna smoke up. To mirror that, smoked paprika, a couple good shots, and that's all you need to make a delicious steak spice. And speaking of extra delicious, I cannot finish a steak without a ton of butter, and I'm gonna make a flavored one, and it features lots of tarragon. This stuff is so great. It's super fresh and it's a key ingredient in béarnaise. It's got a good licorice flavor, so just tear it up with your hands, get it into a bowl. So after you rip the leaves off the tarragon and give it a little choppy chop, I'm gonna put in a couple of other big flavors. Lemon, just the zest, because that's where all the good stuff is. I don't wanna put too much of the juice in. I want the butter nice and firm. So lemon zest and crushed garlic. This is great. Roll up your compound butters because you can slice little coins off, use it for the steaks, keep it in the fridge or freezer, and every time you need a little bit of kick of flavor, you got a compound butter. So I prefer to season my steaks a little bit before I get onto the grill. Look at how thick these are. This is a lot of meat. You want that salt to go right through to the bone, into the center of it. So be aggressive with the seasonings. Don't go light on it. You're gonna lose some of the seasonings when you grill the rib steak. So a nice big pinch of the seasoning and then just push it in, especially on the fat parts there. Rub it in because that fat's gonna render, but you want that salt and all that seasoning to stay into the beef. This looks great. Don't be shy. Get it in there. The way I like to set up the barbecue to cook these big juicy steaks, indirect. So one half of the barbecue is super hot, that's gonna get a nice char. But I leave the other side of the barbecue off so it can just hang out and come up. It's like a two-player swing. You wanna get a good char, but then you wanna move it over so it just works like an oven. The barbecue cooks it all the way through. You wanna hear a pretty good sear. That is pretty good. This is the art of grilling. You gotta start with good quality product, a big juicy steak. So I like to take it off the bone, which is pretty easy. You just use your knife and the bone. It kind of acts like a guideline. You just follow it right down to the bottom and then check out the middle of this steak. I'm gonna cut it right in half. It's so tender, you just slide your knife through it. That is beautiful. There's a really nice crust on the top. The fat is melted in the middle and it's just blushing. It's so good. Slice it up, get it on a board, hit it with that compound butter. It's a perfect steak. Jumbo bone-in ribeyes complete with a perfect steak rub. Cue the forklift sounds. Get into this ribeye, it's so good.
Oh my God, this is so yummy.
Just melts in your mouth. It's gotta be my favorite steak. Next up, it's jumbo turkey legs with my sticky molasses and sweet brown sugar mop. Hey, I just wanna say cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming over, sharing this food with me. The turkey is so good. The soy and the maple brine goes all the way through that light meat of the turkey. It's perfect on the barbecue. Look at these jumbo turkey legs. Turkey doesn't have to be just for the holidays. It's perfect for barbecue. And they're honestly like dinosaur legs. Okay, I'm a grown man playing with my food. I'm gonna throw a lot of flavor on this, and just like the holidays at our house, like my dad, I'm gonna brine the bird and scream at everybody. So, first thing that goes into the brine is a ton of cinnamon and some star anise. Those are big flavors to hold up with the mild turkey meat. A brine is all about the salt and sugar, so this is where you can have fun. For the sugar, I'm gonna go tons of maple syrup, and it's that great balance between big flavor, like the cinnamon and the licorice and the star anise, a good shot of sugar, and then for salt, I'm gonna use soy sauce. I love that flavor of everything that's going on in this pot. So we wanna have a nice balance of the sweet stuff and the salty stuff. So the brine is gonna do two things. One, it's gonna add a ton of flavor, and it's gonna tenderize the meat and keep that bird really nice and juicy on the barbecue. All right, and you wanna make it taste good, heat this stuff up, let them all give each other a big hug.
Yeah, you better.
This is gonna add a lot of flavor to the turkey meat all the way into the bone. But I'm gonna wanna give it some good flavor on the outside of it, so I'm gonna make a mop, something I can just brush on the turkey legs while it cooks. It's almost like an American barbecue style sauce, but it's got a lot of flavor like the brine. So to start this story, ballpark mustard, big shot of vinegar. It's like Carolina style barbecue sauce, mustard forward, big hits of vinegar. And then you gotta sweeten it up, right? This is pretty tart, pretty astringent, pretty powerful in the back of your tongue. So give it some sweetness. Regular sugar, golden sugar, brown sugar. I'm using golden sugar because it's just got a little kiss of molasses in it. And speaking of molasses, this is blackstrap molasses. This stuff is thick, it's sticky, it's bitter, and it makes this sauce really great. It hits that flavor on your tongue, that like bitter acidic note, and it makes such a cool color. Look at that stuff. That's intense. That's it. All you need to do to make a mop, mix it up. It's gonna be perfect on the outside of the turkey legs. That's how you go big. So this just needs to boil. Let the cinnamon and the anise bloom. It's gonna add a lot of flavor to the soy and the maple. A brine has water, but this is hot, so I'm gonna add ice, and it cools it down, and it makes a lot of sense. All right, then you can submerge the turkey legs into that flavorful brine. So the longer the better. If you can go a couple hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, even overnight, it's just gonna mean the turkey's tastier, juicier, and then it's a little forgiving on the barbecue. So get those big turkey legs into this flavor. Look at it, already it stains the color of the turkey meat. It'll be so tasty. If my dad was here, he'd put this whole thing in a cooler, throw it in the garage because there's never room in the fridge, and say, let's have a beer. I'm gonna do the same. Good things have happened to that turkey during the marination process. The sugars and the soya and the cinnamon go right through the meat. The skin is tightened up and there's so much flavor to the bone in that turkey. This is how I like to cook it. It's the reverse here. So the barbecue's on indirect. I've got high heat that's turning the barbecue into an oven, but I'm gonna start it on the cold side. You want these turkey legs to cook all the way through and then go past that to where they break apart and they just get really nice and tender. So first step, after the brine, get it on the cold part of the barbecue, close the lid, it's gonna work like an oven, and then at the end, I'm gonna turn it and baste it and sear it and get a ton of great flavor on the outside. And if you think about it, that brine has flavored the meat all the way through it. This part is just about cooking it and then adding some great flavor to the outside. Those turkey legs aren't wearing pants anymore. You can see their legs. And that's a perfect thing. The meat's tucked up from the bone, which means one thing. Things are working and it's starting to get a little tender. See if you poke that and it's just squishy, it's perfect. It's nice and tender, super flavorful. And look at the color from the brine. Brine is so good, it keeps a bird juicy, adds a ton of flavor. Speaking of flavor, I got the mop. I'm gonna turn these over to the hot side. I'm gonna sear it, and this is where you can have a lot of fun. Get some color on there, turn it, grill marks, brush it, love it, have fun with it. The brine gives turkey the flavor all the way to the bone, but this is my favorite part of these turkey legs. It's the glaze and the char. The sugars are really nice and sweet, and that caramelization equals lots of flavor. You never look at turkey legs the same. All right, I'm just gonna glaze it a few more times, and they're done. It smells so good. Here we go, finally.
This is so good, Spencer.
Good, yeah, it's good turkey. It's sweet, it's salty, it's kind of charred from the barbecue. Next up, I'll share my secret to delicious charred broccoli, all on the grill. If you've never had charred broccoli on the barbecue, get into it. It's so good. This is not your grandmother's broccoli. With those char marks on it, it's so flavorful. And when the chimichurri butter melts, the garlic wakes up. It's really nice and spicy. This is amazing broccoli. Over the years, broccoli's just kind of gotten a bad rap. You know what I'm talking about, right? Ma, what are we having for dinner? Tyler, we're gonna have some broccoli. Oh, come on, Ma! I'm gonna take that to Mom, or can we have broccoli again? And it all starts with a little bit of broccoli. The stems are great. Keep the stems intact because they're gonna get a good char mark on it. And then the florets are like sponges. They soak up anything you throw at it. What am I gonna throw at it? I'm gonna throw at it a chimichurri butter. So chimichurri is an Argentinian condiment that has a lot of herbs and a lot of the good stuff. Garlic, parsley, cilantro, jalapeno, butter, vinegar, salt, oregano. It's gonna be good. What makes a true chimichurri is oregano. Fresh stuff is good, but if you don't have the fresh stuff, you can use dry. It's got some power to it. And a little bit of acid, red wine vinegar. You could use citrus like lemon or lime, so get that in there. And then a good shot of salt. It's gonna keep everything really nice and green, flavor it up, and then buzz it. Get it all mixed in with the butter. And they classically serve chimichurri with charred steak, but on charred broccoli, you'll never look at broccoli the same. Hit it!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
I can smell it from here. You can smell the vinegar, I can smell the garlic, parsley, cilantro, oregano, vinegar, boom. All right, for the broccoli, I keep it super easy. You wanna kickstart the charring process and just eating that butter. I'm so excited. To kickstart the charring process, just a little bit of a good splash of olive oil and then a touch of salt. There's a lot of flavor in the chimichurri, but this is a good way to activate broccoli. A little sprinkling of salt, a little bit of oil, get it on the grill. Let's start to char it. Char marks, chimichurri butter, happy days. All right, let's get into the char arts. High heat on the grill, the whole thing, full whack. You want a nice char. It's a vegetable, it's gonna cook pretty quick. Ooh-ah, flame on. It's gonna cook quick, but I like when the vegetable still has a tiny bit of crunch in the middle. So cut side is where it's at. You wanna lay it down on the cut side, start establishing the char there, and then as you roll it over, the florets will get really nice and dark. When you see that darkness, you know good things are happening. This broccoli looks great. Check this out, it's getting really nice and green, but the most exciting part is the char marks. Check it. This is great stuff. The broccoli's changing. It's almost like yin and yang. You got the nice green broccoli over here. These are little sponges that are gonna soak up butter. So once the char happens on the broccoli, turn it around and soak it with the butter. Wait till you see this. All right, the broccoli's ready to come off the barbecue, and I'm a sucker for butter, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more of that chimichurri. So good. I mean, come on, I just took broccoli from, oh no, not broccoli, to can we have broccoli? Look at that, charred broccoli with chimichurri butter. This is going to be a contender for best bite of the barbecue. It looks so good.
I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine. I'm going to find my new high, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
I know it looks like just broccoli, but you guys gotta get into the broccoli. It's charred and kind of acts like little sponges, and I made chimichurri butter. Chimichurri is a great word for tasty butter.
I'm ready to fly down 65, hit the coastline in the sunshine.
When you add spice, heat, and smoke to bruschetta, you get some pretty tasty bites. That's next. This barbecue bruschetta extravaganza with burrata is gonna be a thing of beauty. That's a lot of bees, but it's got some of my favorite stuff. Grilled onion tapenade, big roasted tomatoes, tons of baguette, and a lot of fun. It's going to be a feast for the senses. Let's get into it. Beefsteak tomatoes in the summer are sweet and delicious. I layer some salt and pepper onto a plate and then coat the core tomatoes in the seasoning, and they're ready for the grill. I cut the baguette on a 45-degree angle to give maximum grill surface area for that toasty goodness. Throw some sliced red onions on the grill to char up for the tapenade, and it's time to get the tomatoes cooking. If you've never had a black olive tapenade, it's super simple. Seeded olives, garlic, basil, and some charred red onions, and that's all it takes to get the party started. The bread needs a good drizzling of oil and some salt, and then it's ready to get toasty. Salty, garlicky tapenade with a big ball of burrata cheese, a quick drizzle of oil, some flaky salt, and black pepper. Then get the big chunks of the grilled beef steak tomatoes on there with charred baguette and top it with fresh basil. I mean, come on. It's summer on a plate. This is the barbecue bruschetta and burrata platter. Look at that. That is just so inviting. I love this cheese. That's it. That's the one. Sometimes it's fun to let your eyes feast as much as your tummies can. Big veg, big bones, big flavor. Next time you're looking for inspiration when you go out to the grill, think of this little motto: go big or go bigger. Happy grilling. Is there any more steak left? Okay, good.